Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to take a look at the Takara masterpiece Starscream, which will finish my Seeker marathon. Now, this is not the Hasbro one, obviously. This is the Takara version. So it comes with the coronation kit. I was going to do another Hasbro figure, but decided let's just finish this up, get this done with, go back to a regular programming next week. And when I say Hasbro, I meant Marvel Legends. I'm trying to only do one of those a week. So here he is in his jet mode. So it's really nice, as you can see. Same kind of jet mode that we've seen. We've seen this review. We've seen this transformation. So we're just going over the differences. He's got silver painted here, so that's nice. He's got some red paint going here, along with some silver paint here. And this is just molded red plastic, which I think does not match the paint very well. It really stands out to me in person. In the camera it looks the same, but in person I could tell that this is just red plastic and this is red paint. And I really wish they would have used that red hot rod paint, like, just have him sitting here, almost like his head red. I would have loved that over the entire figure. So, you know, moving down, he's pretty plain. He's just a gray jet, just like, you know, Skywarp was just a black jet. He's got a couple of little paint details, like I said. He's got the red strip and the white strip. Back here, he's got the blue painted fins with the red strip with the white outline. He doesn't have those, oh, he's got a red one here, a little red dot there, and a little green dot over here. But he doesn't have it on the back here, so his paint apps are actually a little bit weaker than the Skywarp. Back here you get the gunmetal gray look. Underneath you can see, you know, that's the robot. This is painted gray at the top and then silver coming down. Wheels just molded gray. So yeah, he's definitely lacking in the paint apps, like Skywarp did. So let's take a look under here. Yeah, nothing, just the silver rod there. And then back here we got just the gunmetal gray. And then the big test in this mode. Oh, yeah, that popped out. Oh, yeah, that popped out. So his quality control is not as good as Skywarp or Thundercracker, but it's infinitely better than the Acid Storm and Sunstorm ones. So there's that. And I've had a few copies of the Acid Storm and Sunstorm, so I know what I'm talking about. So flip these wheels in. We're going to transform him real quick. I have this habit of talking about it while I'm transforming him. Shameless plug to my Facebook page. I'm still trying to get enough people involved in the raffle for the Toy World Grimlock. So if you guys are still interested in that, you know, hit that link in the description below, so we can get that ball rolling. I really want to finish this one and not end up canceling it because I'm not getting enough interest. It's been days since I had anybody send me any kind of email. But then I'm recording this Wednesday, so maybe I've had some hits. So if you guys did send me stuff in between Wednesday and Friday, please note I recorded this on Wednesday when nobody did do that. So just keep that in mind. I always record when I have a chance to, and I don't really even have a chance to tonight. I just wanted to get this done so I don't have to worry about videos for a couple more days. So pull these wings up. But yeah, just remember, if you're interested in the raffle, hit me up. You can email me or use the Facebook page. Either way, and I'll get the invoice to you. And yeah, it's a great opportunity. We're trying to raise $170. That covers the figure plus shipping to me and to you. And raffle tickets are $5 a piece. You can buy as many as you wish. It's a great chance. You spend $5-10 or so to buy the raffle ticket, and you have that opportunity to win, this $100+ figure for $5-10. You don't get that kind of opportunity very often. I would join, but I think I might play favorites when I'm drawing the winner if I'm one of the contestants. And don't lie, you all would too. Or at least there's a part of you that would want to do that. That's what's keeping me from allowing myself to enter. I'm just happy because I get the figure to review. I know I make somebody out there happy because they win it for pretty cheap, and I get a chance to review a figure that I otherwise wouldn't be buying. Alright, now let's... Oh, head popped off. That's the problem with these little springy heads and not the original heads that were just narrower. Yes, these look better, but they have a tendency to get stuck. That's not a quality control issue, that's a design flaw. Normally, I've been able to bypass it lately. Alright. That seems to tab in without any effort, so I doubt it's going to hold. Alright. There you go. Rotate these around, slot those in, and there we have the Takara Starscream in robot mode without a head. Get the head back on. There we go. Alright, so he's got this nice dark face going on there. Everyone else has like a more brighter silver, so it's kind of nice because in the show he had a darker face than the rest. So one, that's accurate, and two, it also sets him more apart than the rest, aside from the fact that he's got the red chest instead of silver. Let's see, other things to point out here. Again, you got this molded red plastic, which, I'm not a huge fan of that color of the molded red, because it almost looks clear and it almost pegs me as a knockoff. Almost. But then you get these pieces down here that are nicely painted. This nice red, metallic, hot rod red style paint. So I really think that for being a $200 figure that this is, I think they could have spent an extra 2 minutes and an extra, $1 to paint the rest of this red that same red. Also, there's no detail whatsoever in these vents. I would have liked something in there to break up that red. You guys know me. I'm not that big stickler on paint, but I love my reds, and I think this is too plain up here, and I think this metallic red, I know it's not coming off very well. Yeah, there you go. So this is the paint, and this is the plastic. I really think this paint should be on all of that red. I really think that would set it apart and just make it look like a true masterpiece. He's got this metallic blue, which does carry over to the feet and the hand and there. I could almost forgive it for not doing it with the hands, because the blues do match pretty closely. In person, you could tell that this is molded and this is painted. This is probably molded blue, but painted over. Yeah. You also got the little, breakup on the null rays. But yeah, all in all, it's really nice. Now, the big thing on this figure, the one thing that sets it apart from all the others, is he comes with the coronation kit. So he comes with these shoulder pads, and what you want to do is just this little tab, this gray tab right here, that'll plug into the top of this shoulder right here. So you just line that up and tab it in, just like that. Nothing fancy, just tabs in. And all of the Seekers have this. Even the ones before this mold have those tabs in the shoulders, which actually serve no other purpose than this. So it's like they're always planning on doing this. At least all the other molds I had, even and see, they even swivel. So it's kind of weird that they swivel. They had to design that into the figure at some point. And before the MP11 version of the mold came out. So it's actually really cool. So you put those on, and he comes with this crown. And that just frictions on the head. It does not hold on whatsoever. So, make sure, I always recommend when it comes to accessories like this, make sure you get him where you want him to stand, and then put that on. And the last piece is this hard plastic cape, which you just slide over the back here, just like so. There's some notches in the back here, and you just slide it down, and there you go. And it is on a ratchet back here, so you can take this and move it up, so it's kind of billowing, and do the whole, who's disrupting my coronation look. Of course, that popped that piece out. You can make it do those looks. You might have to play with it a little bit in order to do so. The cape can also fold a little bit, so it's a little bit more manageable instead of billowing, which is nice. So you got the cape look without it being too obtrusive. So all in all, I mean, he looks really great. I really am bothered by the reds, and essentially, because of that, I can't sit here and say that his paint apps are that much better than the Hasbro at all. I can't sit here and say his paint apps are better than Hasbro like I can with Skywarp. So basically, what you're spending your $100 on is the crown, which is nice, the shoulder pads, which are okay, and the cape, which is kind of hit or miss. If you want that one look that he had in one scene in the movie, then you could do that. But otherwise, it's kind of like, what's the point? That extra $100 is not well used here, I don't think. So for comparison, we haven't done the comparison on the Seeker mold for a little bit, so we'll do that real quick. Here's with Legends, which if these were the cassettes, I think that works pretty well. Here he is with the Seeker, classic Seeker, with broken wings. Eventually I'm going to buy a new one. I tried to refix the wings and it didn't work. It did not work. Yeah, there you go. Obviously these don't scale together, but they're not supposed to. Of course, you got your classic Prime. Here he is with First Aid, just because I have him standing here, and I like First Aid. I saw him in the store. I sold all my Combiner Wars stuff, and I'm going to rebuy them one by one. I'm actually planning a rant of the week in a couple weeks on just the Combiner Wars. But that's going to be a different story for another day. But in a way, this actually kind of scales properly. I know Retro Robot out there, he likes his cars to scale with the Jet. So this actually would be a good scale for him. And depending on, if you're going with scale, toy scale accuracy, this actually works pretty well with these two. And if you're going with more like, he's just a soldier bot. So yeah, he should be about that big. So I actually like this scale a lot, to be honest. I think this works pretty well. Anyway, moving him out of the way. That's my opinion. That's not fact. That is nowhere near fact. And I'm saying you should substitute your Masterpiece figures with Combiner Wars figures. And here he is with Optimus. You see he's a full head taller, so that still scales pretty well with Optimus there. And so we're going to move him here. Get some of these other guys out of the way. And we'll get Skywarp here. Kind of hidden a little bit. Put Sunstorm back here. There's your Thundercracker. And Acid Storm. And there you go. Yeah, I think they all look pretty good. Let me grab Megatron. So here's Soundwave. And Megatron. So yeah. Megatron's closer, so he looks really massive, but he's really not that much bigger. He's just a head taller. So yeah, my biggest gripes on the MP Seekers is the inconsistency on the paint apps, and where the Decepticon logo is. That's really bothersome. Especially with the two Takara ones. That's really bothersome. They're all great. Quality control gets better with the more money you spend. When people sit here and tell me that Hasbro has worked out the quality control issues on reusing a mold 1,000 times, MP Seeker, there you go. There's my proof otherwise. They're cool. I really like the way they look. I love these guys right now. I'm loving these guys. Don't get me wrong. But you got to be in it for the long run. I wish we would get at least one more color of the Jet. Preferably the purple one, because he was actually in the show a lot. If you watch it, Acid Storm's in there for a second. Sunstorm's in there for a couple seconds in a couple different episodes. But the purple one's almost in every episode, every episode in season 1. So I really wish we get the purple one, because in my opinion, the Seekers always traveled in groups of 3s. So I need the purple one to complete my Sunstorm and Acid Storm set, and then the main 3 here, and then obviously Coneheads. And that would give me a pretty good Seeker Armada. That's my opinion. Now, as far as Starscream goes, if you guys are in the Masterpiece, you probably already have him. So it's too late for me to say don't get him. But with the Hasbro one coming, if you don't have this guy, just wait. It's going to be under $100. I can almost guarantee that. And, those are white. That's hideous. It's the other one's going to be under $100. Yeah, this one's probably got a little bit better quality control, but the paint apps actually aren't enough to sit here for me to say it's not worth it. That this guy's not, or this guy is the one that's not worth it. The Hasbro one, he's probably going to be all of this is probably going to just be the red plastic, which will be unfortunate. But I mean, you've already got it here, and I don't like that look. I wish they would have painted that, like I said, a couple times, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, something like that. But yeah, the Hasbro one's going to be like that. So it's like, what's the point? Why buy the Hasbro one, or why buy the Takara one when the Hasbro one's going to be the same? He might have better paint apps on him. Who knows? They might paint the whole thing red, and that might look gorgeous, and I might sell this guy. And the cape, the cape and the shoulder pads and the crown really are not worth it. If they were going to do that set, this looks cool. I like it. But I would have preferred if they would have done a ghost version of MP11. Or like an ash version, like him all gray faded out. I think that would be awesome. The fact that they use a straight repaint with even the shoulder pads, crown, and cape for the Takara Sunstorm really irritates me, because I want the Takara Sunstorm. I there's no question about me. I want that Takara Sunstorm. I just can't justify to buy it when I have the Hasbro one. So if anybody out there is listening and you want the Hasbro Sunstorm, and you want to trade it for the Takara Sunstorm, let me know. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen either. I'll throw in a TFC scrapper. A TFC scrapper and a Sunstorm for Takara Sunstorm. Anybody interested? Just let me know. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, I really like him, but he's again not worth the price. So I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10. So yeah, it's kind of funny, even though I really don't like the paint apps, the lack of the silver paint on the Thundercracker. I have to sit here and say the Thundercracker is the best version of the mold, because he's the cheaper option, and that's what I always base my scale on. Yeah, I like the Skywarp better than Thundercracker, but with the cost, he's over twice as much. I can't sit here and say he's worth twice as much. He's not. Neither is the Starscream, cape and all. I mean, it's like, I'm gonna take the cape off, put it in storage, and be done with it. I'm just happy I get the whole set now. The set on my display shelf now, because I don't display until after I review. That's my rule. Anyway, I'm rambling. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Anyway, I do like him. I do recommend him if you're hardcore into the Seekers, and you really need to have the Coronation kit. Otherwise, I'd say wait for the Hasbro one. It'll be out October, I think. Otherwise, I think he's worth it, in a way. And I will be getting the Hasbro Starscream. I will be getting that one too, and we'll do a comparison when I do. But yeah, I think I really like these. I'm loving the MP Seeker mold right now. This is what I've always wanted in my Seekers. But anyway, that's just me. Anyway, I'm done.